Okay, go ahead, John.
Okay, thank you everyone. We're here for our meeting on April 11th. We'll call the order and let's start the roll call. Start my left.
Robertson,
Carol Terry,
Linda Shortcutty,
Jeff Corbin,
Chet LaSalle.
Jim Chapman with Nisku and Corn.
And John Marr. Okay, so I guess we start with the minutes from last time. Anyone have any comments about? Last time?
I had a couple.
Yeah.
I think, let's see. Line 45, it says he noted they spent about 6,000 hours in the bucket truck, or was it just overall doing tree maintenance? I thought it was just overall they had 6,000 hours of doing tree maintenance.
I think it was 6,000 hours
Yeah.
of tree maintenance. Which line is that?
It's line 45.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure if that's specific to bucket truck.
Right,
We could just
exactly.
remove that.
Last year's,
No, this is last.
but the 6,000 hours was
Last year.
last year. Oh, that's what I was curious about. Yeah.
Then on 65, he said, but he realizes he now has a 2-year backlog of trees to plant. He had said he was gonna plant 19, this is the highway department,
Okay.
19 trees a year. That's more like a 4 to 5 year backlog of the list of what he's given us.
What size trees is he?
Sir, I love that you're coming and
Sorry.
it's wonderful for you to be here. But they're just doing logistical stuff and
Yeah.
then you'll have the time that you can speak and address.
Yeah, I'm just trying to learn this new stuff. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
So curious. Yeah.
And we can also talk to you outside of the meeting too.
Sorry.
Completely.
So to me, it's more like a 5-year backlog of trees. Jeff and John, do you
Yeah,
agree? 'Cause
I
it's
think
very
it-
specific, 19 trees.
Yeah,
But
you're
it's
right, but
22.
let's go back to recording. I think he was claiming that he had 2 years. He had, your math is better, but I think he was just estimating. He said,
Yeah, but I think we should be accurate as to what the backlog really is.
I also, the way that I read it, and I noticed this too, was that I thought maybe that meant that the ones from, if this is 24, then they're back to 22. But when you look at this list here, they have tons here from 21 and 20. So either way that you're reading that, the 2 years isn't really accurate.
So we could just say, but realizes he now has a backlog of trees.
Well, I would say 5 years, because we don't say in here that he had committed to 19 trees a year, which is not that many, in my opinion. And with that number, we have got a significant, if somebody wants a tree now, it's 4 to 5
a
years.
reflection of what was said.
But he did say 19 trees a year. We
Yeah.
didn't capture that.
Okay.
So,
But I think I would be careful because I don't think he said 5-year. If we want it to be vague enough to keep
Yeah.
the record not from being cloudy, we could remove 2-year. But I don't think we could bump it up just because we know that it's.
it says he realizes now. So he didn't realize that.
right. So we have a
We could just,
multi-year backlog of trees.
that's fine.
A several year backlog of trees. This is just a minor one on like 79. Leaving the word.
Oh, I see.
Well, on my-
Oh, I see. There's twice. Once it's 2 words, once it's 1 word. Yeah. Line
That's-
7 and.
like shape. I was trying to find training to get kind of stuff.
Okay.
And then like in lines 110, somehow we don't say, that he had committed to 19 trees a year. I want to get that in there because I think that's an issue, and he said that multiple
Oh,
times.
yeah. Okay. So instead of his department will work with the council to get trees planted, that he can commit to at least 19ing trees.
I thought he was joking. That's
Yeah, I thought he was just trying to put me in my place. He was saying,
captured, bugged me. He said it several times, and it's like, come on, I'm trying to work with you. So- I,
We can say, what if we said his department will work with the council to get trees planted with a goal
of at least,
of at least 19 a year?
I
Well,
mean,
you were saying most.
yeah, he was
At
saying.
most.
A goal of 19.
Well, I'd like much more than that, so I somehow I want to capture that he said that, not that we agreed to it. But I'm not quite sure how to do that.
Council will take it under advisement.
Well, but guys, the minutes
Yeah.
actually reflect what was
Right,
said.
and
So-
he said he
so
could
we-
plant at most 19 trees a
So he
year.
definitely said that.
If you want to be accurate, you should first say that I was the Chairperson Mars asked if we could, if the tree council could get ahead and maybe, work on a list of 20 trees. And he responded,
Yeah,
and then he responded,
too far.
yeah, and so, well, he would commit to 19.
So where was it?
It's right before that.
Okay. I just thought capturing what you said and what he said.
Yeah.
Is-
He was,
Because if we come back to this at some point in time,
yeah.
I don't know where did you say, John?
It wasn't in here, but I was saying, if we're going, want to put the 19 trees, we should actually put in, to be accurate, it was responding to my saying, how about, would it be okay if we worked ahead of schedule just to get, let's say, maybe 20 trees? Would we go and, place 20 trees?
He said on line 2, he suggested they collect a list of 20 locations and then create a waiting list.
Yeah, I was surprised by that.
And then,
That's what he was resisting.
and then.
No,
we-
that's for the Arbor Day event.
How could that be for the Arbor Day?
That's what I was referring to.
So that was what you
Council
guys
considered having
actually,
a street tree sign up table at the Arbor
Oh,
Day.
okay, gotcha.
He said, only take 20 names down.
So he was proposing this, came up with a plan, proposal, which, and asked if we could do the advanced work of going talking to the residents. As,
5 trees at a time.
yeah, and he said, if you do 5 trees at a time, and the Chairperson Mar asked if we could have the list and maybe just work it in ahead so that he wouldn't be waiting for us to do our things. Like if we could get maybe let's like of 20, then he'd be ready to go. And then he responded, "Oh no, I can't.
Well,
20
he-
is much. How about 19?" Yeah.
Removal. He's planting?
Yeah.
saying dig safe, you can't get ahead too
Oh,
far
right.
because of dig
I
safe.
love how at line 11,
it's-
where we say, he noted the planting locations cannot get too far ahead because the dig safe New York markings are only good for 2 days. He committed to 10 days.
10 days, okay.
He committed to planting 19 trees.
yeah, so I have basically that, Carol,
Okay.
because I was listening to Jonathan, so on 110, it says, if the council can work on 5 trees at a time, his department will work with the tree councils to get trees planted. Chairman Marr asked if the council would go ahead and set up county tree plantings to help with the schedule. He noted the planting locations cannot get too far ahead because the dig safe in New York market is only good for 10 days. And then, like you said, we could add another sentence. He,
Mr.
you know,
Smith.
yeah, said 5 trees at a time is good, and he will try to plant up to 19.
Yeah, that sounds great.
And then it goes right back to Mr.
Okay. Sorry, and then we just had,
I do think he was kind of being fun. Like if it somehow works out, we may be able to get more.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping. we
Yeah.
do.
I realized later that he was worried that if we went ahead and it would make that what weren't getting done, it would make him look bad.
Maybe.
So, yeah.
It just seems like that's too much.
And then the only other comment I had was on line 183. This is with the Nick from the Saratoga, the Schenectady County and Water. He never managed trees and planters and thought frequency of maintenance would be a lot. It wasn't that he wasn't sure of the maintenance, he just
Oh.
couldn't really commit to doing it that frequently. He thought it was gonna have to be daily for a while.
So instead of he wasn't there, the maintenance.
I just,
And thought,
The frequency of
required.
maintenance would be a lot or too much or. That's all I have.
I had three very small things. Last time we had an issue about, we didn't say Ms. Robertson, said something else, or again, line 80. You're now Mr. Robertson.
oh. That's a lot.
The very end of line 80.
Yeah. Yep, got it.
And line 126. I think the grammar works a little bit better if we made it replacing rather than replace. There were 19 of them. She noted that CAC got GE to commit to replacing all 19 trees.
Yeah.
And lastly was line 175 rather. I'm not sure about this. So the art teacher, her name was actually Ms. Foti, not Foley.
No, that.
No,
Okay. Okay, because there is no teacher named Ms. Foley. So I was going, okay,
Yeah.
okay, that's fine. Checking that. Then anyone else? Okay,
I make a motion to approve the meeting minutes.
all in favor? Motion passes.
You seconded that?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we have privilege of the floor. Do we have any privilege of the floor, Laura?
Well, hi, I'm Jim Chapman. This is my first meeting. Hopefully not, and it will be the first of many. I really see this as it's an issue. It's an issue. We were chatting before the meeting started about the trees at the end of my street, Stone Ridge, behind Bellevue Women's Hospital. That used to be an apple orchard. My house was built in 1953. There's still a couple, it's a Schaefer home, and it's on the other side of St. David's would be the backyard, so there's the nature preserve over there and whatnot. There is a lot of nature that comes through. They do bring invasive species and whatnot, with birds and that type of thing. The trees that were there were really at the end of their row. We put in a pool and there was a section of locust that had just been falling, luckily, into the woods and not really causing a ton of damage, to the actual forest itself. Now, after a few other storms, one that completely decimated my pool project 3 weeks after we finished, we didn't even put the gates on yet. Decimated it. So I redid it and I just had another one come through, another white pine. And it was really because the soil was a little bit soft and it had been shaved by a falling tree, and these trees are falling left and right over there. They're really at the end of the ropes, and some of that stuff, it being an apple orchard, there wasn't an old growth forest, not for a very, very, very long time. So those spots in this unit that kind of butt up against Colony, and it's not just there. I've heard from other people that they're having similar issues,
Mhm.
and I want to help out as much as possible. Niski Unicorn is a company I started to help out originally the issue of Niski Now, nutrition on weekends. We've done a good job. I can always do better. But this is something this is a big deal to me. Not just that, but like brown bats and the habitats of birds and whatnot. I've just noticed this tree that's laying in my pool. There's a set of mourning doves. There's 3 cardinals. two robins. They're all kind of fighting over a couple branches that are on the diving board, you know. I feel bad, you know, as that's going to move. And, you know, I feel as though I can get a couple of companies involved if that's okay. You know, I'm a nonprofit, but there are some companies that, you know, take down trees, and I'm pretty sure I can get them to plant a tree for every one they take down, at least one.
Yeah, and I think, I mean, I'm not the chair, but,
Yeah.
maybe if you see what we have to cover
Yeah.
tonight with,
Yeah.
like, working with the various developments and stuff,
Yeah.
and what we can and can't do
Okay.
with the highway department, because the highway department, there are certain projects that we
Yeah.
can do without the highway department.
Okay.
It's not that easy, so,
Yeah.
um.
Okay.
But
I want to
yeah,
learn as much as I possibly can, and I do realize that, so the trees that I planted, you know, they're 10 feet off. You know,
Yeah.
and
yeah, see, we
they
have-
are, and I got an area where trees can be planted. You know, where we lost a lot, and
This is
where
Stone
we
Ridge.
can slap them in there. On
Sure.
Stone Ridge,
Sorry. Whoops.
I'm the last house on Stone Ridge. 2228. Yeah, and whatever it is. Whatever it is.
Exactly.
In me,
Maybe
you're on.
58 Stone Ridge Road.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, so we spin this around, okay. You can kind of see that, okay, that's my home. See these nice trees here? These all came down. They got hit by lightning. And as the person that was, you know, going to drop them into this area here, got a little overzealous and really cleared out this area over here. I mean, really cleared it out. Yeah, and so this is and if you look at this
These trees are gone.
satellite, and we
This is-
bounced.
These are what you got to take it down.
I had the dump truck, you know, I had a tree company come and just say, make sure you can get your truck through. You know, and then we wanted to save these. These were beautiful. This was always a nesting spot that was right there. That's a rock wall.
Is that in the right of way there, Bart? Those trees?
If they're in
Was this, is this,
this isn't a real road.
that's just a driveway?
It's a road I made so that we
Okay,
could
okay.
get into,
I just
make
got
the
that.
pool. No, it used to be like it was like a sledding hill. So 10 feet off over here, I planted 8, 9, 10 trees, you know, that cover to the corner of my property. If you look at the satellite view from above, it changes because they took pictures at different times. But I had them leave a pile of mulch at the end of the street because I didn't want some pizza guy to go flying through the woods, and it would have happened. You know, with an inch of snow, you couldn't see that the road stopped.
Yeah.
The woods are gone there. Yeah. Yes, yes. Yeah. Anything.
Yeah.
Yes. If I'm-
Partners.
If I'm just raise a hand if I'm lapping my lips too much, please. That is an issue. I don't mind. It's just-
You're in the right place. with the trees.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
No. I didn't get any emails. I have no one on mine.
Okay.
All right.
It's just, I think we have a lot, right, between the highway department, the Arbor Day, the other.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so other new business action. Yeah, subheading them.
No, we don't have emails.
Okay. All right, so, guess we'll talk about our discussion with the highway department. I like that. I like seeing that list that you. forwarded to us.
And in your packet, this is the planting kind of pilot program he came up with for us. So we would identify 5 locations within the same zone, identify the addresses, speak with the homeowner, create the location, and select the species and place of stake. Then you guys would report those addresses with the nearest crossroads and species to me. I would email that to Ray and Patty. And then the highway will complete work if the locations are approved.
But I have a question about the list that he sent.
Yeah,
Right, you were talking to Carol about this before, that
Yeah.
at the bottom, he has categories as plantings.
yes.
So these are the ones that were planted.
I
Right?
think
Or
so,
they
because
didn't want 'em.
well, it says date planted.
So do these addresses occur above? So should Should the ones above then be removed from the list?
I think I
Different-
think that was above and moved down once the tree was
Okay.
planted.
We've never seen this list before, so we honestly don't know exactly how it works.
Yes.
You could probably look at a couple and
I
see like if
cannot
there's a
see.
You have to roll way down.
I know, no, I don't see, I've started to look at some of the ones that are in replantings and search for those addresses
Yeah,
up higher, and I'm not seeing it.
yeah, I have it all sorted by address, so I can do that quickly too. I just didn't add this thing. I did notice there's a lot of duplications.
Well, these Cornelius ones are all the ones that we did in 2019,
Mhm.
October 1st.
That's
You see
They're
that?
Cornelius planting.
That's the Cornelius.
So the original list was what Ray sent me. The zone 1, 2, 3,
Right.
4 is what I took from Ray's list, removed the other zones from it,
Oh, okay.
changed the address to be a 2-column entry. So I can sort by street.
Nice.
So now we can go to Antonia and find the 3 houses that you didn't tree and get them marked.
Nice.
So another.
Then you must also see the duplications.
Well,
I
what,
had double column, I just sorted by addresses for house number.
what if
Three or
it's
four.
a tree? So
Yeah.
like, what if they took 4 trees down on a single address? That might be why there's two. I don't know, but
For example, 081 Plaza,
which one?
Yeah, which,
Two,
okay,
the 2081, the plaza shows up twice. Once was April 6th, one was April 25th.
So
Unless they requested it twice and it just got added on the bottom. And
Yeah.
They didn't notice that it was already on the list.
One
or they
street,
have a wide lot.
one street has a note of the Myron Street side. So to me, that looks like 2 trees.
So the other duplications was,
Oh, no, that's a different.
yeah.
zone 3, I think. 3, there was Barcelona.
23.
Yeah, 2329 Barcelona.
So
And then,
Different dates. Though.
yeah,
And
Whether
some-
they called back and they just put them on the list again, or there's more than one tree.
and one of the zones had Whitney, but it was all, Old Niskuna addresses, and I didn't think Whitney was an Old Niskuna, so I questioned whether it's even in the right zone.
Well, now,
But I left it there because that's what it is.
now that he's done this, I think we need to act on it fairly quickly to show that we're supporting him.
yeah,
So
yeah.
do we want to pick a zone and pick 5 trees in that zone and go out?
Yeah, if you look at the zone list, you could find there were a couple streets that had 5 houses on the same street.
Hey, Barcelona, Ocean Park Road. Barcelona, no, it's short
Which zone are you?
Do you
too.
have that double column?
You do too, it's in your spreadsheet. It's just a
Just look at a
different.
different tab.
different tab, I don't know, therefore.
Okay.
We should probably try to do the older ones first also. Is
Yeah.
zone,
Oh, that's a good idea, Carol.
you
And
know,
and I think I kind of sorted by
yeah.
date 2.
I'm looking at, Jeff, since you're the tree planting committee.
Forgot that. Here's Leo. Hey, good job. Well, Regent Street, for example, has a 20, a 21 and 222s, 221s and 222. So if we did 5 on Regent Street.
Yep.
Then, you know, as far as age, then we would be doing 2 trees that would take on 22, but we'd be doing 3 trees that are at least 3 years old, empty for at least 3 years old. So 1245 region, 1410, well, actually, those are 1245, that's probably several blocks away.
Maybe we should start
It
with,
would be nice if they're on the same
how
block.
about if we,
But once you figure out which street, if you go around the block, you have to find a different street.
Right, so they asked us for the same zone.
Yeah.
Okay,
They want the
so
same
it's pretty
zone.
close, so it'd be
I think
fine to do the
it's
same.
okay. Yeah, I think so.
I'm thinking we should be sure we start at least with the oldest request. Is that like the oldest one?
Well, he wanted to do a zone, so I don't know how we do the combination of the oldest and the
Well,
zone.
I can say we can start with the oldest and see what trees are near that.
The region is awfully close. There's an 8, 11, 20. The oldest in that zone, Baker has one that's 2, 4, 20. There's a 5, 21, 20 on Barcelona.
But it's
That's
all
it.
within the same
There were
year.
3 20s. Yeah, there's a Hexham Road one.
Well, zone 4 has a lot of 2020s. If you look at, they've got Rose Hill, Valerie, Union, SEC, Highland Park, Mayfair. Those are all 2020s. I don't know where they are.
That's by the golf course.
Okay.
I'm okay with doing region. I think that's a nice pack of 5 though.
Okay.
And if you look at what the side street along that block is, you might find a different street, but still in the same. Yeah.
I just don't want people who, not that they know each other or talk, but
Yeah.
if somebody's on a list and say, well, shoot, I've been on it for 5 years. And how come you're getting it? And you've only been on it since 2023 or something.
But we have a good answer to that,
Which is,
that we're working along neighborhoods and streets so that we can do them more efficiently with the highway department. He specifically asked us to find 5 that were relatively close together.
yeah. Well, whatever, I'm Jeff, whatever you think.
I'm inclined to just kind of make it easy on all of us and just say, let's do the 5 regions. I presume that the numbers that 1440 on region is going to be akin to 1440 on Clifton Park and so on. So we could do it that way, but it just seems like a big extra complication. So let's just, it's got 1 among in the oldest year and 2 in the next oldest year among those 5. So I think it seems like a really good candidate.
Actually 6.
6 regions. There are 5 in zone 3 of region. There are 6 on zone 2 of region.
That's
We should actually go with more than 5 in hand, because if someone says, no, I don't want a tree, we can then go for someone else for the 5th.
Okay, well, I could certainly know, like I could have this spreadsheet with me, and if I get turned down on region, then I could go to Clifton Park and pick one off of that. So.
Almeria.
expert on zone,
maybe an Almeria.
but like the addresses, at least north-south, overlap on two. Look, so zone 2 has, for instance, 1369 region, and then zone 3 has 1245 and 1410.
Oh. So 13's between 12 and the 14.
Yeah.
This makes it. Unless the zone goes right along region, then one side is.
That's that I didn't test his zone qualification.
Very weird.
Are they?
Because Jeff, if you look between zone 2 and zone 3, there actually may be more on regions that are closer together.
Okay, so basically pick 5 on region that are all in the 14s and the
Yeah, I think-
13s.
You can't find that are really within like,
You're right, because you've got 1477 and 1369 on zone 2, and then you've got 1410, 1414. Okay.
I can hold it, but I think that their designations are wrong, because I know that Leafs map.
I noticed the odds are on one zone, even on the other.
Yeah, it's
So the
going
zone
down
back
the
is going
street.
down the street.
Oh,
It's going down the center of the street. That was the delineation.
I don't think so.
Maybe that's, so where does that
I can
fix
remember
this? Because
that.
I'm not,
So if you go into town in this unit and you go to the highway department, you should be able to pick up the lawn and leaf zone, but it's a very vague.
Yeah, the map is not.
yeah.
I'm sure that Laura's got a better one than.
Yeah, is that on purpose?
They changed the page. I don't know the way around this page now.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
it is.
I never looked at the leaf map, because I don't have any trees. So I don't have any leaves.
Right there.
I keep trying, man.
Uh,
Yeah, it does not look like the,
I-
Regent Street does not have a boundary line going down it.
Yeah, I
There's-
know, it doesn't.
There's
Balsam
nowhere
Road is
to-
the boundary.
Because of what's underneath the street, but even in the right of way, it's difficult to put a plant. So I.
Region isn't even close to that. So I think I don't know that we necessarily have to go by their zone.
So Region is not in zone two.
Yeah, I
No,
could,
Region's in zone 3, like
I could move all the addresses into one.
the northern part of Region
And
is in.
sort by address.
Well, I think the key is that we just have five that are close together. And that are older. And give it a shot. And
Yeah.
we can do that, so we can move on. to the next one.
Regent Street. Is this negative? Kind of better.
I like that one.
So the
I'm gonna know.
Regent Street's in both yellow and blue, yellow and red.
I'm gonna walk down Region
Yeah.
and just knock on the first 5 doors.
You know
Walk
what?
away.
I can go with you because sometimes the people need the town employee there. So I decided when we did Dean Street without me once, we weren't ever gonna do that again.
Okay, well, if you wanna do it some afternoon next week, evening,
Yeah, we just email me a time and I can meet you out there.
Okay.
One thing I was thinking is when we did Dean Street, we had a letter. So when
There you go.
we knocked on the door, we said, here's a letter with a choice of trees and fill it out and give it back to us. So I was thinking maybe if we're gonna try this, we should modify our letter and we can hand that to people after we talk.
But we want an answer really
Sorry, we
soon.
don't-
They could just fill it out and then we can send the paper.
Yeah.
So just in case we don't have the ability to contact people or nobody's home or they have them not get back, like you're slated for X planting. If you would like one of these other options returned by this date. Sure.
You mean choose a tree for them?
Yeah, as a default of if you do not reply by this date, because then that way we don't have anything coming up against the deadline. If they don't reply, they must be fine with the choice.
No. I don't want a tree.
Let's read that letter and see what it says again.
Just something for in the interest of like being able to actually talk with the homeowner and everything, if we knock on the door and there's nobody there, or if they aren't willing to commit to us, then we may have to move on.
Yeah.
So that we can get
Yeah, yeah.
time, we get to Ray.
There's a fair number of addresses right there that we can try.
Yeah. There's such a long list. Just keep going. You get by.
There's. We'll just keep like graying out the ones that don't want stuff. So we're like, they're not really on the. Although if they appeared on the list, were these people who requested or were they not?
We think that they get put on when a tree comes down,
Okay.
not.
Because if you say they don't want one,
So that is the case. They by default, if a tree is removed in front of their property, they get put on this.
Okay.
And then if they do request a patty, they also get put on this. But the majority is trees that came down. And then you'll notice at the bottom, like occasionally when a tree comes down, then the highway department used to go back to try and fix it. And then the homeowner would say they didn't want it.
Yeah. Yeah. What's, Teresa's husband's last name? Is it Willis? Teresa McCarty?
Hardy?
Yeah. I know they wanted a tree. There was a Salem, his name is Willis.
We're not,
The same names that are owners of the house now. They might have been the names when the house was tree was taken down.
This is 2022. Oh, this is
Yeah,
taken
it's still-
down. So it's
Even
only,
still, yeah.
she's saying none of these are requests?
No, some of them-
Yes, it can be requests.
That's the, yeah. Request of different,
Anyway,
different thing too.
But you're in the land of too many.
Yeah, I'm in the land of this, because we had marked it all out.
we're not giving up on that yet.
Okay,
Let's work on this one.
that's fine. We're gonna leave my problems for later.
You said we, the fall, we're planting elm trees across the street to help.
So it's like the two are gonna get together next week.
Yeah.
Find
It's
five,
possibly-
yeah, and find five. You send that out.
I don't know exactly where.
Yeah,
They're pretty big.
but they only last for 10
But
days.
yeah, like that.
So
they-
that's why they have to fall
Yeah, yeah,
when they're ready
yep.
to.
Yeah,
Is it too early to plant trees?
depends on which one, but no,
Good timing.
it is.
What other questions do we want to start before Arbor Day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's easy.
Just don't want to add too much to our list of things to.
Well, we
Oh,
have
but I-
a growing season that is limited.
I'll help it. I can, if you need extra help, let me know. I physically can't do it myself, but it's gotta happen.
Also with the jackets.
Oh,
Oh, yes.
Still
I come to my house. Whatever water, but he didn't have a badge or anything. It looked really super sketchy. Sure enough, he was.
I didn't get that, I have no idea.
Did you try to get back?
Thank you, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Exactly, that's it.
Gotten when you did the
And that's
Mexico
a lot.
project.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, I do try to have you guys have badges, so you guys all email me your headshots.
So.
Say FBI or something.
No, it's not particularly official.
No.
I mean, it's official, but
I had a water department person knock on my door and say, super nice guy, John. A few times since, but at the time it did not seem official or whatever.
any clothing.
There wasn't any, and it was in his own sedan and everything else, and it was just an odd time, and we had people going, it was like super, you know, and I, it's like, it's an undercover cop, that we're using more electricity, and I was like, we're putting in a pool, you know, and look,
Utilities.
I know, and it was like, but there was nothing on at the time, and we had this underground leak or whatever. Went off to 300,000 gallons, and then another.
So have we got a date set? Do you get started? Okay, great. Awesome. All right, so who's doing? Just Jeff and Laura?
Yeah.
Oh, Leo, right. Yeah, you're right. Right, Leo said he'll help out in any way.
So Laura's action item is to update the letter and choose trees.
And then Jeff will be.
Then you guys.
Would you like a evening?
Well, it's like, I've got a life outside.
So we do it before 4.
I have a nighttime meeting every single night next week, so.
Oh, gosh.
We will have to go to knock on more places.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it'll be in when people.
but we
maybe work.
could drop the original, the letter off a couple and see if they'll call too.
But give them a give them a date.
If you want to be sure you get 5.
Right, I know.
And so that leaves this question mark. Are they gonna call or not?
Yeah, if they, if you don't know whether they have this, they,
But I'm saying, if you leave some in a letter.
Yeah, but we could keep those for the next 5.
next year.
We have to plant the
Can we
stakes.
reach it?
Right,
Yeah.
there's plenty, I'm planning.
So so we can't leave a letter. You have to meet with them.
Pick out VCs and plant the stakes.
So when we did this with Dean Street, because we did do this with Dean Street, it was multiple meetings.
So you make a first contact.
Yeah.
Then you hear back from them and you go and you meet with them and you figure out where it's gonna go.
Yeah. Occasionally, we were able to put a stake in the ground the first time we met them, but most of the time we went back.
I think when some letters comes like everybody's right.
Stake.
Here we're choosing.
So we sent an initial letter to everyone saying this.
Right,
Then me and Andrew and I was talking to some people
right.
that, I mean, the street was kind of but some people were really mean to Andrea, that's why I wanted to be out.
Right.
Yeah, and then we had them fill out that form saying which tree they wanted. To put stake in the ground.
Well, the first time is gonna be a learning experience.
Exactly.
So hopefully we'll streamline it.
It's fairly fun. It's very rare for somebody to be done. The reason it was not with Christine Street was traffic issues and they didn't feel like trees were gonna help with traffic which is not true. But I exactly, I know, but we're not gonna have that on YouTube.
Okay, so I guess we're set on that. We're talk about Arbor Day.
Okay.
Lots to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm doing the Instagram. So,
Yeah.
and I know I was looking at the list that was put together, of the, and, because I'm trying to look for images that we can use legally. And it looks like all of the images are from the Arbor Day Foundation website. And I researched for them and they said that all of their images are available so long as we credit. Or link back to them or acknowledge that they were from the Arbor Day Foundation website. That's not a problem. That's easy enough to solve. The text was all directly from the Arbor Day website. I cannot find anything about using that directly, so I'd rather not. I'm going to rephrase. I just wanted to make sure with everybody that, if I go, because I'm a middle school science teacher, if we go for a slightly more humorous tone on things, if everybody's chill with that, because it's Instagram, it's not
Yeah.
necessarily the most serious medium.
Give them a link. to-
Yeah, well, it'll be in our.
And then- and they're going to just credit the images.
And so
Yeah.
the other thing is, because I'm going to be dropping these regularly leading up to and including some of the facts and stuff from in here.
Yeah.
Leading
someone-
up to Arbor Day, was there anything that did we want to do anything in a specific order? Like, did we want to culminate with the sycamore? Because that's our focus for this year.
I think because we're so close, we should just start.
Just start dropping
doing it.
in
Yeah, I
whatever
saw
order.
the one you did, yeah, but we're
Yeah.
getting,
And also, remember, we're gonna plant the town sycamore trees ahead of Arbor Day.
You have the time, place, whatever info, so that I can, is that a public thing or is it just?
Yeah, it's public.
Cool.
And it's like, it's gonna be, what did we say, Friday morning?
we haven't picked a time.
We didn't
yet.
pick a time.
When you do, somebody just shoot me a text or something so that I will put that out there. We have like 6 followers, but still dedicated. So that's one of the reasons I want to have to be a little bit more playful in terms of that. Other than that,
Could you then send me your text you came up with? I'll change what I have on the webpage since.
Yeah, absolutely. So-
Which was straight from Arbor Day.
yeah.
Is there a way to get like, so did you guys all get the Arbor Day email last night?
No.
Yes,
I did,
twice.
but I couldn't open it.
Did you get the first one on Tuesday?
No,
Yes.
I did not.
Well, hang on a second. Let me double check. I think it might have
Still not getting.
that's what really concerns me. It's, we're.
You guys,
I got everything in the text. Admittedly, my email is now completely choked with.
But this really concerns me because.
so you got it on Tuesday and you got it on today.
I
I
did
got it on
not
today's
get it.
website. It seems to be unequally distributed to subscribers.
I'm just concerned that people aren't gonna know.
You got it only today and only one.
Yes.
You didn't get it at all.
I have tried so hard to get these and I don't.
Not at all. Not in your email. Are you subscribed?
Laura, I'm not getting,
And you didn't get it.
no, and I'm pretty sure I'm subscribed.
A bunch of us like subscribed during one of the meetings when it was like, hey, that list didn't port over, so we all just jumped on like.
Still not getting.
So let's figure out a way we can communicate this out because the email's not working. Can we put the electronic sign out there now?
Yes, that would be nice.
And I know it's drug take back day also that day and it can rotate or whatever. But I think if we could get that out, like,
Okay, so let's get the
Does it
electronic.
even show it yet, Laura?
no, I didn't
Oh,
see it. I was
yeah.
watching that also.
Wait, drugs and take home a tree.
It seemed, yeah, like a good mix of. I mean, it depends, like if it's ammonium nitrate you're taking, okay, we can use this.
Well, I don't know. I mean, if people aren't, we've got a lot of booze coming, but I'm concerned that people don't know it's Arbor Day.
I know, because normally. we
There's
just have a
nothing in the
better-
Gazette.
a better way to-
Or how's that going? I know Aaron was reaching out to the Gazette and stuff, but again,
Sent an article, he has it.
do we know when he's gonna
No,
publish
I was
that?
gonna call him.
If you can push that,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, in culmination with like the, what we just had, all those trees coming down, the power outages, like, how quick the town was and some of these things to respond and that disaster right into this. It's like,
It's just sad because we
That's a
used to
nice
be able to
article.
push these things out.
Right.
It
seems like.
One that came out today, it's very bland. If you click on it, it just goes to the website and there's like 4 bullet points about
Yeah.
Labor Day.
Which is one of the reasons I was like, okay, I'm trying to figure out what we can
And
do.
so
with this.
can we
We
get
have
more
so
Instagram
many-
followers?
So what I will do is I'm gonna start flooding our Instagram with this stuff. I assume that the town has some sort of social media presence of its
Facebook.
own.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely.
It's on
So-
Facebook.
Okay, so if you,
It's on Facebook. Yeah,
Okay.
Labor Day is nicer on Facebook.
That's nice. All right, so what I will do is I'm actually gonna, if it's okay, I will grab those posts and put them on Instagram as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so hang on a second.
Through the schools. Like I
Well,
said.
hang on a second. Just hang on a second.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. So I will do that. And then if it is possible for, because I know on my personal, if I put something on Instagram, it'll also go to Facebook. But I don't think that we have that linked because it's just the tree council one. If there's a way for whoever is running the Facebook to grab the Instagram post and reshare it. And then that way we're using as much social media. as we
Okay, that was
can.
like totally Greek to me.
So-
Call Erin.
The other-
You sure? Who's?
Yeah.
Yeah, Erin Cassidy Dorian, she's the one that's doing the Facebook posts.
Okay.
So she would be able to tell you if she can grab your Instagram.
So,
And I'm sorry.
Yeah, let me give you her
Thank
thing
you, I
over.
appreciate that. It might be better to do through email because during the hours where I'd be more able to call somebody, I am, school. Yeah.
That's what we're, if anything's coming in through school, the kids are doing anything with it, but that's generally, that's a huge way of me getting information out for children. And that's phone calls, like, it might,
so just to kind of recap, Laura, you're gonna check in with the Gazette.
Yeah,
to Make
Diane.
sure that they
Wait,
get it.
hold on, I gotta make some notes.
whatever they're, they speak to.
A 10.
We're also gonna try to get the electronic sign out there.
Yeah, I wrote that for me
as soon
too.
as possible.
Number
Okay,
1, 2 is check with Gazette.
okay, so
I'll send
I'm
it
sorry I
to you.
didn't send out the spreadsheet to everyone who's having a computer.
Oh, no, I have it right here. I'll pull it up.
The next thing is on Friday, April 26th, what time do we, Laura, you're gonna pick up the trees?
Yeah, I'm picking the trees up.
What time do we want to meet to grab them?
I think it was good.
1 o'clock?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 o'clock on Friday.
And let's see if I can get out slightly early because, oh, no, I can't because I run
That's okay.
a period 8 meeting every Friday.
Somebody
my
can,
department.
it takes us like an hour and a half, or maybe 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that, you know, on that Saturday, my.
Yeah, you said that last time.
Yes, okay, I was on this.
Well, because this time.
27.
Last time I was like, hey, it's 11 to 1.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of them. Yes.
I'm just trying to like my mother.
So.
Okay, let's put that as center, everyone, because that's centers.
Me. Parking, I'm worried about parking if we do have a lot of people with the drug take back. It would be good if they could do the drug take back on the other side of the building. And
Yeah, the police did say, because I was sad that they overlapped with Arbor Day, but they said they actually don't have the ability to change the time because it's a national
right,
time. But they might be able to do it like through the police on the backside of the entrance, like have them come in separately.
I think that would be helpful.
So I can ask
Sure.
them-
And you were gonna, somebody was gonna talk to me. Is that gonna be?
Yeah,
Pardon?
Yes, in the school, we wrote down, school. Cause at the beginning, I'm concerned that we're gonna have a lot of traffic and can the police, could we get somebody from the police or somebody out there and helping direct traffic?
so the highway guys that are coming to help us are also gonna help direct traffic.
Oh, good.
Yes. So,
Forwarding it, like, maybe we could
Yeah,
piggyback.
no, that's what we're talking about.
That would be wonderful.
That's exactly what
Just
we're-
piggyback all of their, yeah.
No, they're literally both happening.
No, I know, but like piggyback, their thing like Arbor Day is right
Okay.
here while you're,
I'm just going to the info on each tree and the planting instructions to hand out. Somebody will make copies of those that we
Yeah.
put with, you know, when we get out the tree, we
Yes.
always have those little.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can Trish do that, Linda. You can make your Trish, but
So we have a lot of booths this year, more
Yeah.
than we have had other years. Which is good. I can just do a rundown. Because I've got to get back to all of them. But we've got Capital District Prism, which is invasive species and mediate. We've got, environmental clearinghouse. We've got. Mohawk Hudson Land Conservancy. Cornell Cooperative Extension. The pesticide-free booth, the Silent Wings Live Raptor programs, the tree experts, Friends of Schenectady Greenhouses, Wilton Preserve, the NEC, Department of Environmental Conservation Conservationist Magazine, and DEC Community and Urban Forest, and the Open Door Bookstore is gonna come and sell books on trees. So, and then we have a bird table with Roy,
very excited about that.
yeah,
Conservation Advisory Council.
That's gonna be the same table as the pesticide free. They'll just.
Okay, okay.
That's the same one.
And, oh, and there's gonna be a sign-up sheet for a forest therapy event, which is going to be the next day. She couldn't do it that day, but it's gonna be, I think, she's done a whole flyer, 1 to 2, and we'll see how many people and it's free.
She decided to do it for
No,
free.
no, there's that cost.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay,
yeah.
Free for us.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we don't have to pay her to come.
Oh, she's coming to the booth for free, but
Yeah.
if you
So
wanna
the
go on the
event is
forest
free.
therapy, you have to pay.
Okay, so craft projects, do we know what we're doing with that?
We have a Girl Scout troop, we have pine cones, we haven't
Is the Girl
told them the
Scout,
time.
no, is the Girl Scout troop confirmed?
No.
Okay, can you confirm the troop?
We're gonna do pine cones with, like,
I don't know when they're gonna.
okay,
This is.
We'll be happy. were we going
And
to?
then we have worked out how to do the poster with why you love trees.
Okay, how's that gonna work?
Trish has it all organized. It'll work.
Wait, oh, this is a coloring the coloring,
The coloring where you pick out why you love the trees and you put it up on the board.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Are we doing any handouts? I mean giveaways, like, you're talking about
We're
the
gonna
parks
do
and stuff,
giveaways too, yeah.
and do we know what those are gonna be?
I think the giveaways were gonna come from if you filled out if you colored the sheet, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
so,
Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we said
Happy to
giveaways.
contribute.
For giveaways.
Yeah, and I'll take a couple tables too. I mean, have the ABCD Highway to Spell, Niskuna School District T-shirt. I have a bunch of T-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. What type of thing? And I got something. Yeah, I'll have something for sure.
Yeah, those are cool.
yeah, we can order them.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, I can order
Freeze.
them, just send you. Middle of the week.
Oh.
And the hours are 11.
That much, it was
No, it
like,
wasn't. But that's it.
So,
No, I have to order them because I get
Tax free.
okay, I'll send it to you again.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I really like those.
We were going to do some handouts on the benefits and the good tree, bad tree mulching
Those
display.
we checked. We're all good and we worked with.
We have
Trish on the
the
good tree.
printouts, but you were gonna do a display on mulching?
Yeah, I'm working with Trish on that. She's doing all the logistics on that one.
Okay,
handout for making your own birdhouse.
no,
I
no,
could
that
get
was
one
what
if
Roy
you
was
need
doing.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah, Roy's doing
Because if
that.
you need one of those, or if you need a bat house one, I could do that. I'll give you the plans. You have to- Sorry.
Well, of ideas and see what you think.
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
I love that you want to help.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can also buy trees.
What's that?
I can also buy trees. There was a,
Um,
awesome. Okay.
and we may not. So.
There you go. But,
Maybe that'll mean that they'll be there for more than.
there it's, yeah, like days
We have a long day.
where they're actually logoed. And I sponsor. Need it. You come in different size things. It's good. Like that, you get it done.
All.
But at some meeting, bigger, nicer dots too. It's, they vary, but.
Okay, what about talking to the library, at the school about parking? Cause I think we might need over.
Yeah, because I have stuff like that.
Yep, okay.
I'm ready to move to a new, other meeting.
Okay.
I'll see you guys. Arbor Day, likewise.
Email.
I was gonna say, is Silent Wings kind of likes donations if people are going by? They put their jar out, and Open Door is gonna be selling free books, so if you know, you have, bring money, I guess is what I'm saying, and buy stuff this year.
Email me your partners, or just email me and ask for it later. So then that way, like if I'm making graphics about who our partners are and what will be there, and I can know by the way. So, you know, I don't know if they have specific images that they want to use. Yeah,
I can give you their email or phone number so that you can reach out and say, I'm doing publicity, can you
Yep,
send me
and
something?
like, do you want a blurb and
Yeah,
an image?
Spreadsheet.
yes, yeah, I'll update it and send it out to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. I think that's everything for today.
So we're gonna do the tree proclamation when the town plants the trees with the supervisor.
Right.
So supervisor and John Delarada, we're happy to do the tree on a different day, and then hopefully we'll use that publicity as a.
By the way,
Does anybody know that we're doing a tree planting the day before and who's gonna come?
Well, we might even want to do it no, most people don't come, because most people just don't come to the Arbor Day.
Pictures.
Right, but I don't think we publicize it either. I think if we said Friday, we're planting the tree, Saturday's the event, Sunday's the forest walk,
Yeah, we could do that.
you know?
And actually, when we did have the tree planting, everybody was standing in line for the trees they couldn't.
I know.
Yeah. I was wondering if we could print the proclamation in big print on a easel and put it in the direction of the trees that are planted, so people can read the proclamation the day of the Arbor Day.
It's a Trish thing, you know, she can do that.
Do you think people will come to the forest therapy event the next day?
Yeah, I think she's gonna be completely sold out.
Well, she can't be here on Saturday, so we're gonna, we do, but she can only do it Sunday, so she's given us the flyers and everything. We're gonna have to have somebody like, maybe I'll talk to Ecos, because they've used her before, and we can,
Have people sign up with her.
yeah,
Okay.
Where's
like Shaquille,
Oh, okay.
so.
That's okay.
Won't go far.
very, very.
I know, I just went to the rice preserve yesterday. Yeah. Yeah, I was up to my, just in certain spots, but it's just the getting to the main trail.
Yeah.
I was,
If we need extra people, my building inspector said he can help too.
okay. Yeah, because I think we're gonna need,
I think we might need him. Yeah,
so,
booths and tables and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and poor Trish, I remember last year she gets it all set up and then it gets changed around some.
She'll be okay.
Okay.
She's very resilient.
So it's,
It sounds like the Girl Scout troop is in
are they?
Yeah.
They 10 to 12. but I said
Okay.
it's 11 to 1. It's 11 to 1.
It's 11 to 1, yeah.
So she's gonna double check her time for 11.
Is this Leslie Shoop?
We're not doing anything with an art contest with Jean.
Certainly won't.
Wait, that's not
Earlier.
true. But we can do the giveaway with the coloring of the.
Yeah.
So the pictures you guys can.
Okay, good. Yeah, so you're gonna get the giveaways. Okay. I think that's everything. I think we should arrive on Saturday. So 1 o'clock on Friday, we'll prep the trees. Saturday, yeah, Saturday, we should probably arrive by like 10:15.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about like if we did noon planting the sycamore tree? So that way maybe some tree council could come. If we did a noon planting of
Well-
the tree and then we just sort of walked into the building.
Why don't we do it at one, and then we'll just do the.
So we'll do the tree planting at 1. That way, as many people that can come from the tree council can go to the tree planting.
And
So
then
at
just-
least there'll be some people.
Right, right.
And then you guys can literally just walk into the building and then start. do things.
Supervisor and the highway department people will be available at 1.
Yeah, I mean, they work from 7 to 3. So
But
they
then
actually
some
do-
meeting or scheduled in advance.
yeah, no, well, I'll have to check their schedule. Yeah.
But I think if we let people know, so maybe again, put it out on the push email that tree planting,
Yeah,
the
on
town tree
Facebook.
planting. Facebook, we're not getting too many people, right?
Yeah, I have no
Oh,
idea.
Instagram.
Instagram,
No,
we're not getting
Facebook,
too
there's a
many people.
million people.
Well, that's the thing. In that case, I feel like if we can get Erin to take what's on the Instagram, once I actually make it and put it up there, and then pop it over to Facebook, it'll actually, because it'll be ready-made posts for her. She's literally just gonna hit share with the little like paper
So
airplane looking thing.
the
Share
tree
it to the
planting will be,
I think she also said she was gonna create it as like an event, so. that
Oh,
it pops
great.
up on
Great,
people's
great, great, great,
calendars.
In that case, I could even like link to it on the Instagram page.
Friday at 1.
Yeah, we can shoot for that, and that way, that won't take that long. Yeah,
Laura has to confirm that time and date before you meet.
yeah. I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense.
Pictures nowadays, but
So the only disadvantages to doing it on Friday is that we were thinking of doing like a press release when things got posted, and the press release will only be a couple hours before Arbor Day then starts. It'll be the next day.
Wait, why are we doing the press?
Because a couple years ago, when we did the open day over the seniors and just, people read about the sassafras, they got all excited. A lot of people came to our.
Can't we do it a few days ahead of time?
Yeah, and we did, yeah, we could,
Why don't we do it a few days ahead? I think more people let people know.
because that way, like, if you did it like on Wednesday, you could do the press release, then the newspaper could literally come out of the Sycamore being planted, and then, Arbor Day. But then it's not that nice Friday, Saturday, Sunday thing either.
We'll
live.
Nice Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Because it's sort of like a tree weekend, tree
Right.
planting, tree giveaway on Saturday.
Yeah, so why can't we do the press release like on Monday or Tuesday saying, here's what's coming up?
Because the press release, I mean, like, the Gazette comes and sees the tree.
Oh.
Yeah, they report on things that have happened, not
Yeah.
things that will
right,
happen.
right.
Okay.
So if we do the tree planting earlier, yeah, we don't get the cool little, but if we do the tree planting earlier, we can have, they'll come maybe with a photographer, maybe put something in there. and get
Usually
people
they
interested.
do.
That's nice.
Wednesday.
Pictures and stuff.
Yeah,
Wednesday, the 24th,
yeah,
For what the tree planting.
for the tree planting.
yeah, and sorry to throw a wrench in everything, then that means that.
No,
he
that
gets
would
his back
guarantee
again on
Gazette.
Friday.
Yeah, that would guarantee the Gazette is there. And then it's in the paper
Mhm.
Okay.
days before.
Mhm.
Because Thursday's the day to read what's happening this weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
That was
that's,
the best time to get the press stick down.
Oh,
Like, what kind of turnaround are they on?
so let's not finalize that date, because let me ask them.
yeah, talk to them, tell them what we want to do. We want to, and you're Niskuna and the Gazette, we want to have it enough ahead of time so people
Yeah,
know.
let me ask them.
I did think of one other thing. We had talked about having that children's book kind of story
yeah, the walking.
the walking one, and the Open Door said they would bring some copies of the Big Bear Hug to sell if we were going to do that. Well, I think they'd bring them anyways, but I'm not sure if we were still going to do that.
I think we can try. I mean, all we have to do
Again,
is
is that
literally
Trish?
print the pages of the books and laminate them. Yeah, that would be Trish.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or ask OK Office to make the copies, and
Not street office.
not street.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
they'll
really
do-
good with us.
They are really good at signs and whatever, as you're speaking of that, thinking of that as well.
His price would be,
No, I can ask.
but I don't know
him.
how many pages.
It's
Take
not
care
a
of
big
it.
book.
I'm gonna do a booth. I'm gonna have some stuff printed out anyways. I'll help with that if you want.
Well, I think it might be too late for a booth because, but
Okay.
I can double check.
Yeah.
But let me, I'll coordinate
Table or
it.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah, let me just, I'll get your contact information.
So I think that's it for Arbor Day. What's next?
Where would we have the book walk? That,
Oh, well, outside, we could just kind of go around.
You could just go along like one side of the U.
outside the outside.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Have
so
the
they could,
tables on an inner loop
and they
and
could
then
walk
book
around
walk on
the green, yeah. Now, if it's raining,
closer to the sitting benches.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
exactly on the other. But if it's raining, I'm not quite sure what.
If they're limiting pages, they could.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Kids don't care.
yeah, they just laughed during COVID when they put them out. Yeah, it should be okay.
Okay,
Yeah, well, in true Arbor Day fashion, I'll probably have the words, but.
Okay, trainings.
I left this on here from the last meeting, but I don't actually have an update on it.
Okay, reports.
So Market 32 ShopRite Plaza, both you guys were there, right?
I wasn't. No,
Oh.
neither of us. It was Amanda and
Oh,
Leo.
it was Amanda. Sorry. And me. Amanda and Leo and myself met with Market 32. We walked the plaza. We picked out locations for new trees and okayed the trees that they wanted to take down and came up with a plan that was satisfactory to everyone. So that was good, and they're gonna be marking up their final plan and getting it to us, and I think that was it's gonna look nice when they're done. There's a couple places where they were concerned about planting trees, so we're trying to have convinced them to try some columnars so that the branches don't interfere with the cars. And then Papa John's is a tenant that's going into Mohawk Commons. I do not go down to Mohawk Commons a lot. But if every time somebody comes into ShopRite, we look at trees, I felt like it might be worth it to go down to Papa John's and look at trees.
Yeah,
So they're gonna go in right next to, yeah,
Oh.
in the old EV spot. So if you guys are down there and you see that the trees look scraggly, or I know it's kind of a hard time for you to decide that, or there's places to plant, then let me know. I just, in the tree council resolution from Papa John's, I just put that they would do a site walk with us later.
A lot, yeah.
It's just a, hey, it's just.
You know, the driving,
Yeah,
Google, and it didn't look like there was a lot, but I just feel like we're doing that on ShopRite and we're doing it on some of the other plazas, so we should at least look. Yeah. That's all I have been planning.
No, no, that's done. Tree nursery.
That one on Hillsborough where we're
Yeah.
doing that.
Until the end of April.
And tree plantings at Cold Plaza, I don't have to have an update on that either. Oh, I did want to tell you guys that 2890 River Road got their clearing permit.
Yeah, they're clearing.
Yeah, they cleared, so, but we can go back there when they're done and make sure that they plant trees that we require.
Were there any they were not supposed to clear?
No, they had pretty, small limits of
Okay.
clearing.
Okay.
I haven't been down, I saw it from River Road, and on River Road, it looked fine. If you drive down Seneca, there's clearing down on Seneca too, but at least the clearing on River Road to me looks fine. There is a parcel on River Road, like on the corner of Knowles or something, and River Road that got clear cut.
Mohawk. It's
Wow.
right across from Capitol.
Right across from Capitol. Yeah,
The house
That-
number's 23.
it's just it's a single family home parcel. So the clearing is allowed, but they over cleared beyond what the town.
So what happens in that case?
They are allowed to clear cut the whole lot, it's private property, but, they'll have to do stormwater measures and some additional stuff.
4388.
Yeah. Just don't confuse that one with the 2890.
No, see, I-
2890 has very little clearing and it's done already. And then there's this other parcel that wasn't subdivision that got clear cut.
Oh, and one's 2388.
Yeah.
2390.
2890.
2890. Gotcha.
I
mean, that's the way I read it.
There's all these trees there.
I've seen them.
They're all
gone?
Yeah.
What I understand,
Maple.
2388
Right.
is they were taking down trees. The next one looked just as dead and hollow. So they took one more because it was gonna come down anyway.
This was
88.
And that just,
And then when he cleared that one, they looked at the next line of trees and that also was in bad condition. So they just took all the dead stuff. The owner claims he's going to replant. He doesn't want an empty lot. He
This
wants
is
a tree.
not a tree council action because
Okay.
it wasn't subdivision or site plan.
Yeah,
You are allowed to do what you want on your private property when there's not a planning control, but it does kind of reach back into our kind of master planning or like just reaching out to homeowners for education to try and save trees on private property, even though we don't have any like real control, just trying to get them like to get on it, to just maybe hold back a little if they can.
Just thinking of River Road, I went by the development of the old farm there. With the
Help.
old-
Oh, health,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, those, now they got big houses. Are they gonna plant trees?
Yeah.
They're gonna have street trees.
Okay.
The trees that are in the backyards, that line of trees, that's a buffer of evergreens, that's already in. Individual property owners in their backyard may do what they want, but the only thing that's really
Right now.
served is some street trees.
And there's 12 acres for sale, right? That's which scares
So
me.
what-
Okay. All right.
It's somewhere.
Protected or?
No, that is a phase of Edison Woods development.
Okay.
So that's all I have. You guys have anything? So I'll send you an email to connect you with Aaron.
I'll just add this, so everyone knows, I don't know what day it was, I went around to all the real estate agents I could find and gave them handfuls of these packets. Telling Laura I discovered that the real estate business is different than it used to be.
Yeah.
You'll find a realtor and be a store and be people in there. Now the majority of them are people working out of their homes and photoshopping it then online. So it wasn't as effective as I thought it'd be.
I might be able to get a couple of these our local community based tree companies, people that are taking these down to commit to planting.
Yeah.
One for one.
Yeah, which
Very least.
people don't realize it increases their property value. That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
And to, I might be able to get them to, I am this close
Yeah,
to getting going one for one. And that's,
it always comes down to the homeowner because it's their property. Yeah.
Exactly.
it's not on their property still. In it.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think if a tree company goes in and takes down a tree, advocating that doesn't want to replant, I don't think they do that a whole lot.
So we
Yeah.
Either have it on your property or it would be planted someplace else in this unit. Can't park or unless I've got room on the side of mine for 60, 70, 80. You need to get them through 2 years. You know, but yeah, I'm say close having this guy. One of our local people. And he'll go one for one. I think he'll go one for one. Everyone that they take on, which there's a lot. And he also was asking